Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our last session of e-TEP webinars. So I'm looking at people still coming, I think. So tomorrow is the exam. I wish everybody best of the luck. And okay, I'm checking. Okay, let's start, please, if you are ready. So I promised a listening for today because we haven't done any listening until today. So let's try it. As you know, you have 5 listenings, and in each part you have 6 questions, and altogether you have 30 questions. And today I want to have a practice lesson with you. If you have paper and pen, we should get started, I think. Okay, first I'm going to share with you the questions. And tell me if you can see it, please. And hear the sound. Okay, so let's check the sound as well. If you can hear, we should get started.
You will hear a conversation between 2 people. Answer the questions while you are listening.
Just please, can you write me in the Q&A box? Can you hear the volume? Okay, yes, great. So if you are ready, I'm going to start. So you have 5 listening sections, and the first one is B1 level of listening section. It means that the topic is easy. There are 2 people who have conversation. Topic is everyday topic. You will have 3 questions first. Then for 3 questions, you will be given 30 seconds to read it and make some notes if you can, of course. And then underline some keywords. You have 30 seconds, underline some keywords within these 30 seconds, then listen, and then the audio will give you again time to read 30 seconds, again read the remaining 3 questions and answer the questions. But you answer the questions while listening. First, you have some time to read, then while listening, you are just answering the question. You're not writing anything because it is all multiple choice questions. So you need to just click on the correct option, A, B, or C. That's all. It's not difficult, I think. Okay, so if you are ready, but in this listening, I didn't put it into parts. I wanted to challenge you a little bit for tomorrow. So 6 questions at once. You will be given 30 seconds, but I will add a little bit more. Please read all 6 questions. It is only for part 1. For part 2, 3, 4, and 5, you will have only 3 questions. Stop, pause, read the remaining ones, then listen again. But only this one, 6 together, okay? I wanted to challenge you. Okay, so let's start, please. And later I will check how many corrects you have.
You will hear a conversation between 2 people. Answer the questions while you are listening. You will hear the recording once only. Before the recording starts, you have 30 seconds to read the questions.
Mark, we need to decide on an
Really? No voice? Everybody has the same problem? Let's check again, please.
You will hear a conversation between two people. Answer the questions while you are listening. You will hear the recording once only. Before the recording starts, you have 30 seconds to read the questions.
What about now, please?
You will hear a conversation between two people. Answer the questions while you are listening. You will hear the recording once only. Before the recording starts, you have 30 seconds to read the questions.
Mark, we need to decide on an after-school activity for Alex. The new term starts next week.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. I think football would be great for him. It keeps him active and he loves running around.
I know he's got a lot of energy, but I actually think music lessons would be better. He's always humming tunes and tapping rhythms.
Sure, but music is something he can do at home too. Sports help him make friends and learn teamwork.
I agree, but don't forget he can get quite competitive. Remember what happened last time during the basketball game?
True, but that's also something he can learn to handle. And physical activity is good for his health.
Fair point. Still, I think piano lessons could help him concentrate better. He sometimes struggles to sit still and focus.
Okay, I can see that. But won't piano lessons be expensive? And we'd need to get a keyboard at home.
Not necessarily. The school offers piano classes at a good price. And we could borrow a keyboard from my sister for a while.
So, it wouldn't cost much? That makes a difference.
Exactly. Plus, music might help with his emotions too. He gets frustrated easily.
You're right. But maybe we could mix both? What if he does football once a week and music twice a week?
That actually sounds perfect. He stays active and also builds discipline through music.
Great! Let's sign him up for both. I think he'll be excited.
Yes. And maybe we'll finally hear something other than that same song on repeat.
You will hear 4 different speakers talking about how advertising affects young people. Match each speaker, A, B, C, or D, to the correct opinion from the list. There are 2 extra opinions you do not need. You will hear each speaker once only. You have 30 seconds to review the table.
Speaker 1.
Honestly, I think the ads we see on social media are way more powerful than we realize. They're designed to feel like recommendations from a friend, not just a brand trying to sell you something. And when you're scrolling through your feed, they blend right in. It's not like a TV ad you can just ignore. Young people are especially vulnerable to this kind of targeting because they spend so much time online, and everything looks so perfectly tailored to them.
Speaker 2.
From what I've seen as a teacher, students often want the newest phone or brand just because everyone else has it. I'm not sure advertising is the biggest problem. It's more about wanting to fit in. When you're 13 or 14, the idea of being left out socially is a big deal. Even if a product isn't useful, if everyone else has it, there's pressure to get it too. That has more to do with their environment than with the ads themselves, in my opinion.
Speaker 3.
What really bothers me is that a lot of young people don't even realize how much they're being tracked. Every time they click on an ad or sign up for something, they're giving away bits of their personal data. Then those same details are used to sell them even more stuff later. It's not just about buying a pair of shoes. It's about building a profile on them. I think we should be teaching kids about that in schools so they're more aware of how this system works.
Speaker 4.
You see, I think advertising has changed over time. It used to be all about unrealistic beauty standards or fake promises. Now brands try to be more authentic. They show diverse models and focus on mental health or environmental values. Of course, it's still marketing, but I feel it's more balanced today. Young people are smart, they can often tell when something's fake. So brands have had to adapt and be more honest in how they present things.
You will hear a talk about international companies and the mistakes or changes they made. Answer the questions while you are listening. The talk is in 2 parts. You will hear the recording once only. Before the recording starts, you have 45 seconds to read the questions.
Can you tell me why cultural differences matter in global marketing?
Absolutely. Every country has its own traditions, values, and language. A message that works well in one place can completely fail somewhere else. For instance, Pepsi once translated its slogan into Chinese and accidentally made it sound like they were bringing dead ancestors back to life, not the message they were going for.
Wow. What about entering new markets? What's difficult there?
There are often barriers like strict regulations, economic issues, or even resistance from local businesses. Uber, for example, had trouble entering Germany because of the country's strong taxi laws. They had to change their whole business model to fit the rules.
How do companies adjust their products for local markets?
That's where localization comes in. Businesses must adapt products and ads to fit local preferences. In India, Coca-Cola released smaller, cheaper bottles, so more people could afford them.
Do income levels play a big role too?
Definitely. Economic differences matter. Companies often create different pricing strategies. Unilever, for example, sells tiny packs of shampoo and soap in some countries, so even low-income families can buy them.
Now you have 45 seconds to read the rest of the questions.
How do legal rules affect global marketing?
Each country has its own advertising, safety, and privacy laws. Companies must follow them or they can't operate. In Europe, Facebook had to change some of its practices to meet GDPR data rules.
Communication must also be tough across borders, right?
Yes, especially when teams are in different time zones or speak different languages. A simple translation mistake can ruin a campaign. An American company once launched an ad in Japan that made no sense because of poor translation.
Are supply chains a big challenge?
Very much so. Natural disasters, politics, or logistics can cause delays. During COVID-19, Apple struggled to get parts from China, which slowed down iPhone production.
What about currency changes?
Currency values change all the time. This affects pricing and profits. After Brexit, the British pound dropped, and it became more expensive for UK companies to import goods.
Do companies have to think about technology differences?
Yes, not all countries use the same tech. In China, people mostly use mobile payment apps like WeChat Pay. But in the West, credit cards are still more common. Companies need to adjust.
And finally, do consumers behave differently in different countries?
They do. Some want emotional ads, while others look for facts. For example, Japanese buyers like detailed stories and ads. Americans often prefer ads that are fun and entertaining.
You will hear a radio talk about how music affects the brain. The talk is in 2 parts. Answer the questions while you are listening. You will hear the recording once only. Before the recording starts, you have 45 seconds to read the questions.
Have you ever wondered why a certain song can make you feel happy, nostalgic, or even bring you to tears? Well, it's not just in your head. Or rather, it is, quite literally. Music has a profound effect on the human brain, and researchers have been studying this fascinating connection for decades. When we listen to music, multiple parts of our brain are activated. The auditory cortex processes the sound. The motor cortex may respond to rhythm by making us tap our feet. And the limbic system, which is responsible for our emotions, lights up in response to melodies we love. In fact, studies using brain imaging technology have shown that listening to music we enjoy triggers the release of dopamine, the same chemical that gives us pleasure from food, social interaction, or exercise. But it's not only about pleasure. Music also has the potential to heal. For instance, music therapy has been used with patients suffering from neurological disorders like Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's. In some cases, familiar tunes have helped patients recall memories they otherwise couldn't access. And in rehabilitation centers, rhythmic auditory stimulation, that's music with a steady beat, is used to help patients regain motor skills after a stroke. Interestingly, our brains seem to process music in a way that's deeply tied to language. Some scientists believe that early exposure to music might even support language development in young children. There are also links between musical training and higher verbal memory, literacy, and even mathematical ability.
Now you have 45 seconds to read the rest of the questions.
However, it's not entirely clear whether music improves these skills or if people with stronger cognitive abilities are more drawn to music in the first place. What's clear, though, is that music can shape our mood, our identity, and our connections with others. Have you ever formed a friendship over shared music tastes or felt united in a crowd singing along at a concert? That emotional resonance is powerful. And while musical preferences differ across cultures and generations, the emotional impact of music appears to be universal. So, next time you put on your favorite track, remember, you're not just passing the time. You're engaging in a deeply complex and emotional process that has the power to influence your mind, your body, and even your relationships with others.
You will hear a podcast about gene editing and its ethical issues. Answer the questions while you are listening. The talk is in 2 parts. You will hear the recording once only. Before the recording starts, you have 45 seconds to read the questions.
Welcome to Tomorrow's Ethics, where we explore the moral questions behind science and innovation. I'm Ava, and with me today is Dr. Carter, a geneticist working on the front lines of gene editing. Welcome, Dr. Carter.
Thanks, Ava. It's great to be here. Gene editing is definitely one of the most exciting and controversial topics in science today.
Let's start with the basics. Many of our listeners have heard about CRISPR, but could you briefly explain what it is?
Sure. CRISPR is a gene editing tool that allows scientists to cut and replace specific parts of DNA with incredible precision. It's relatively inexpensive and highly efficient, which is why it's revolutionized genetics.
And that revolution brings up some serious ethical questions. For example, many people support gene editing for medical purposes, like correcting diseases. But things get complicated when we talk about enhancing human traits, right?
Absolutely. Editing genes to cure inherited disorders like cystic fibrosis or sickle cell anemia is generally considered ethical. But when we talk about designing babies with higher intelligence or athletic ability, we step into a gray area, often referred to as designer babies.
One concern is that this could deepen social inequality. If only wealthy families can afford to enhance their children genetically, it might create a new class divide, not based on income, but on biology.
That's a major fear. The potential for genetic privilege is real. Even now, access to advanced medical care isn't equal, so you can imagine what happens if gene editing becomes part of that equation.
Another issue is unintended consequences. We might think we're improving something, say increasing memory or reducing aggression, but we could be interfering with traits that are essential to human diversity.
Exactly. Our genes are deeply interconnected. Changing one could unintentionally affect others. What's more, the long-term effects of gene editing, especially on future generations, are largely unknown.
Now you have 45 seconds to read the rest of the questions.
And once these changes are made in embryos, they're passed down, so the ethical stakes aren't just personal, they're generational.
Right. That's why some scientists argue for a global moratorium on germline editing. That is, editing the DNA of embryos until we fully understand the risks and develop international regulations.
But some countries are already moving ahead. China made headlines a few years ago when a scientist claimed to have edited the genes of twin babies to make them resistant to HIV. The scientific community reacted strongly.
Yes, many saw that case as deeply unethical, not just because of the unknown health risks, but because it was done without proper oversight and didn't address a life-threatening condition in the embryos. It crossed multiple ethical boundaries.
Then there's the issue of consent. Embryos can't consent to being edited, yet they'll live with the consequences. Does that make gene editing inherently unethical?
It's a tough question. Parents make irreversible decisions for their children all the time, like surgeries or vaccinations. But gene editing affects something far more fundamental. So the moral weight is heavier.
Do you think we'll reach a point where gene editing becomes normal, like getting braces or vaccines?
It's possible, but only if society creates strong ethical frameworks. Otherwise, we risk a future where people feel pressured to edit their children to keep up, almost like genetic competition.
So the big question is, just because we can do something, does that mean we should?
Exactly. Science gives us tools, but ethics tells us how to use them. And when it comes to rewriting the human genome, the stakes couldn't be higher.
A powerful way to end, Dr. Carter. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to our listeners. Stay curious and stay thoughtful.
Okay. So, I'd like you to share with me the answers that you have written. But before the answers, what do you think about the listening? Is it difficult? Is it easy? Can you write me in the Q&A box, please? No, don't write the whole answers. We will discuss them one by one. Okay. I hope the exam will be easy as well. Actually, when we say easy, I don't mean that the whole exam will be easy. There is no such a thing that the whole exam can be easy. The exams are based on 6 levels. Actually, 3 levels. They start from B1. Then B1, B2, and it goes up to C1. And the questions and texts also vary accordingly. So, we will check it in a minute. Let's go one by one and see what we did. Yes. Please, Q&A box and question 1 to 3. Let's start from the beginning. 1, 2, 3. I didn't prepare the answers. Why? Because it will be more challenging and interesting to write them. If you write them to me, I will see which questions you could do better, which questions you didn't do as needed. That's why it's interesting for me to see which questions you could do better. And I'd like you to write me what you have written from 1 to 3 for the first part. Will you please share this information with me? Okay. Good. Only this people, 3 people? Who else, please? Yeah, some of you I know, Mursel, I know some of you came late. It's okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, good. The first one is, let me check. Okay. Who wrote B, C, B? B, C, B is correct. What about others? 4 to 6? Can you share me? Can you share your answers with me, please? Only 2 people? Come on, you did. I think you did. Mhm. Fourth question. Okay. Yes, I'm seeing, I can see everybody's answers. Yeah, okay. And later I will write the correct answers myself. Okay, good. Thank you for participating, by the way. Okay, so the answers are B, who had written B, then C, C, correct. And question 6, C. So again, I'm repeating. 1B, 2C, 3B, 4B, 5C, and 6C. Good. By the way, somebody said instructions are good. Instructions are almost similar to the original one. Why I did it like this? Because I wanted you to get used to it. So tomorrow is your exam, so it will be helpful, I think, to see the same thing again and again and again. It's really helpful if you repeat something more. Good. Next ones, please. Here you only choose 4 answers, as you know. 2 out of 6 are mistakes. I mean, can be not used. They didn't talk about it, we can say. What will you say? Speaker A, which answer is, let me say that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, 4, 5, and 6. For the first one, cannot do it. Just a second. Yes, for A, what will you say? Social media advertising feels more personal and harder to ignore. Yeah, exactly. Who has written 1? Speaker A is 5. Correct. Let me also put mark. Okay, good. Now, speaker B, what will you say, please? Okay, good. Thank you. 4. Great. Next one, please. Sorry. This one. Okay, correct. And yes. C2, and it was talking about many young people don't realize how much, yes, personal information they give away. Great, you are good, actually. Okay, and the last one, please. D, speaker D. Okay, bravo. Yes, exactly. So, these are the answers. 1 and 6 are not used. In listening, I will comment on listening later. Let's continue with the answers. So 1 to 3, please, quickly, the answers. Okay, 1 to 3. 1, 2, 3. Pepsi, Uber, Coca-Cola. Yeah. Wow, great. B, C, C is the answer. We have written 8. Correct. Hasan, Doğuş, you are going well. I hope tomorrow you will get the score you need. Okay. 4, B, C, C. Okay. Next is 4 to 6, please. Okay. 4, please. 4, 5, 6. Okay, some of you have some mistakes, but it's okay. So, okay, let me check again. Yes. Who has written B? Then A, then C is correct. This was not difficult. This was a little bit unstated. You had to guess it. This was a little bit said in a difficult way, but this one was easy. This fun and entertaining. They directly said the same thing. They didn't even paraphrase. Section 4, 1, 2, 3, about music. Oops, about music. Okay. Number 3, did they said serotonin or they exactly said dopamine? So dopamine is correct. Yes. Here we have B, A, and C. I don't remember serotonin. When did we listen? Yekta, I think you are late. We just finished listening. Listening isn't really long. It takes only 20 minutes. In the exam, I think it's 30 minutes, but ours was 20 minutes. We had shorter version. Exactly said. Dopamine, Mustafa Doğru, you are right. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Sometimes it can be tricky. Okay, 4 to 6, please. Answers for 4 to 6. Good. Yes, I'm going to tell the correct ones. ECB, who has written, is correct. Yeah, unfortunately you were late. Yes, okay. The last one, which was the hardest one, gene editing. Actually, this as a subject is a difficult one, but fifth listening is generally difficult. As in IELTS, the last part is difficult. In all exams, the last section is the most difficult one. We cannot do anything. They challenge us actually to see how much we can. Okay, next one, 5 and first part. It means from 1 to 3. I can see correct answers. Bravo. Great, great, great. Wow, great. C, A, and A are correct ones. C, A, A. Okay, to create genetically enhanced animals. Did they talk about it? I'm not sure about enhanced animals. Somebody said they. I'm not sure about that. They didn't talk about it. Yes. Last questions, 4 to 6. Anybody else? Marcel, bravo. Turgay, bravo. Okay, correct answers are B, B, and C, BBC. So listen to BBC for listening, guys. It is helpful. Yes, now, in the listening part, mostly I see the students use, they want to hear everything. First of all, it's not possible. Our head is not designed to comprehend and absorb everything 100%. It's not possible. It doesn't matter which language you are using. Is it English, Turkish, French, whatever language. So in order to be successful at listening, the first step is to listen more. What can you listen? You can listen to documentaries, you can listen, there are millions of podcasts. You can choose the subjects that you are interested in. It would be better. Then, as you listen a lot, your ears will get used to it and you will easily catch the sounds. And besides this one, it is general, like general passive training. You listen to movie, to the television, radio, podcast, etc. This is passive listening. Passive listening means that you don't do anything with it except listening. But active listening is to listen and answer the questions. Where can you do it? There are really a lot of free resources on the internet to listen and answer multiple choice questions. It can be academic ones, it can be just daily conversations, etc. All are okay. Why? Because listening is listening. First start with daily conversation, then go up to academic ones. This is really helpful. But I have seen during my IELTS teaching period that when students know the subject, they answer more correctly. For example, let's say that one of my students is pilot, the other one is a doctor. And we had a listening about plane. And the pilot one student who is pilot, he could answer 10 out of 10, but the doctor couldn't answer 10 out of 10. So when you know the subject, and it is not only one case, I've seen it so many times. When you know something about the subject, it becomes easier. For example, gene editing. Do you listen to this kind of podcasts or television programs every day? No. Who cares about gene editing? So, what to do? Just find some areas which are interesting to you, listen to them a lot. And also, even if it's not interesting, listen as well, because it's education. Not everything is entertainment, unfortunately. Yes, and reading a lot, listening a lot. Actually, listening at the same time helps speaking because they are productive skills. We produce this speaking. So listening, and in the listening, you can see daily language, phrasal verbs, and also idioms, and you can use those idioms in your speaking as well. About listening, I think that is all I want to say. It starts from easy, goes to the difficult level. Do you have any questions about listening? Yes, somebody asks for the audio and the questions. Yeah, of course, I can share. But I will share it on Ümit Hoca's Telegram page because not all of you are in my Telegram page. So please look at Ümit Hoca's Telegram page. I hope you can see it there. I will share. Any questions, please, about listening? Because we are wrapping up for the listening part. Very welcome, Mustafa Doğru. Okay, if no questions, let's take 10 minutes break time. After break time, we will have a look at reading parts, okay? See you in 10 minutes. Let's continue, please. As I promised you before, we're going to have reading section. First, I want to show you what it looks like in the exam. Yes, so you have, and I think it should be the last part. Yeah, it should be text 5. So you have some paragraphs on the right-hand side, left-hand side, and on the right-hand side you have some extracts, or we can say statements. Each extract is taken from different paragraphs. What is your goal here? What should you do is to find in which paragraph do they talk about the first one. Vaccination programs can be made more successful through public and private concerns working together. Let's say that they talk about it in the last paragraph, and you will put it in the last section of this box on the quite right-hand side. Now, let's say that the last one, a positive stance has been taken by families in respect to immunization. Let's say that in paragraph 1, they talk about it. You will put it next to paragraph 1 here, up. The first sentence will be. So it means that you will put them in order as the text. They should be mentioned in this text. Of course, paraphrased, they can be detailed, taken from the text. In a paraphrased version, it looks like our matching information question that we learned before as well. And also it can be the main idea of the paragraph, which looks like matching headings in IELTS. So what is it? It is the main idea of that paragraph. So this is the exam paper that you are going to see on the screen. But here we have a text. And the text is about AI and the future of space colonization. Nowadays, these topics are very fashionable, so I chose this one. And let's have a look at it. So you have text, we have some paragraphs, and we have some statements, or we can say extracts here. We're going to put it in order as the text. Instruction is the same. I made it same with the exam, again, to be familiar to you. From the 8 statements below, above it should be, choose the, below. From the 8 statements below, these ones, choose the 6 that are true according to the passage. Then drag them into the right column in the order they appear in the text. So 1, 2, 3, 4, order. Yes, so what can you do to answer this question quickly? First of all, you can use 2 strategies here. The first strategy is like in matching information question. What do we do? In matching information question, we're going to match this with the paragraphs. So we read all sentences, underline keywords, then go to paragraph 1, read and find it. Paragraph 2, read and find it. But in IELTS, it is better to use this strategy because we generally deal with 2 or 3 sets of questions at the same time. What do I mean? We're not doing only this question. We are, let's say, doing this question, matching information, also gap fill question or multiple choice questions, all 3 sets at the same time. And after underlining, we go read the paragraph 1 and try to find as many answers as possible. For example, if let's say paragraph A is this one, paragraph 1 is here, let's say it is 1. Also, we can answer to multiple choice question. So you got 2 answers from 1 paragraph. And also we can start, if there is, of course, answer, gap filling questions. It can be summary, it can be sentence completion, etc. So in this case, it is a very comfortable and convenient to do it because you read only one paragraph and you get 3 answers at the same time. But here, you don't have it. First step is this one. You can use this strategy. I'm repeating again. Let me be clear. Read the statements, underline keywords, then go to the paragraph, read one by one, find it. This is the first strategy. Second strategy, it is for short time. If you have short time, what you can do? Again, read the sentences, all of them, of course, and underline keywords. Keep them in mind. Try to read it twice, maybe 3 times, keywords, not all sentences, after underlining. Try to keep them in mind and scan the text for it and find the answer. For example, let's do it now. Which word here can be really helpful for you to find the answers? Please, Q&A box. Can you write in Q? Yeah, exactly. Hydroponic system. Why? Even if you don't know it, hydroponic is a terminology. It's a jargon. It will not change. Then here, if you see hydroponic system, hydro means water, so something related to water, or if you have this word there, hydroponic systems, you will read that paragraph, but don't just match hydroponic to hydroponic. Please don't do it. Just read the sentence in the text. Let's say here you have hydroponic. So read the sentence, not paragraph. Read at least the sentence to see, do they actually talk about it? So do not just match one word to another word. Yes, next one is, of course, the easiest one is NASA because it is with block letter. Mars, navigate Mars, wearable AI, etc. Now let's and one more thing. Let's say it's not detail, it is the main idea of your paragraph. Generally, where do we get main idea? We get main idea from the first and last sentence of each paragraph. For example, I'm just taking, random one. Maintaining human life in space requires constant monitoring of living conditions. AI can manage these environmental systems far more efficiently than human operators alone. So it means that the remaining of this paragraph will only talk about how to maintain human life in space with the help of AI. So if you have something related to this question, you will know that they will deal with it here. Let me go into deep and find the answer. Okay, text is not difficult. Let's do it. First, I'm going to underline keywords, then ask you to find it. First one, AI can grow food by managing hydroponic systems. In space is also important. As astronauts are trained to develop their own AI systems during missions. Astronauts trained develop AI systems, missions. NASA's rovers use AI to navigate Mars and choose scientific targets independently. I think NASA's navigate Mars is enough because if you take fewer words, it will be more beneficial because we will try to keep them in our mind. So that's why it is better to keep fewer words. Wearable AI, I think it's enough for me. AI can, I still read this question, wearable AI can monitor astronaut health and detect early signs of illness. AI can optimize propulsion systems and manage supply chains for space missions. AI, propulsion systems, supply chain. Supply chain also is like technology. AI helps control environmental systems in space habitats such as oxygen and humidity. I will directly go for this too. AI has completely replaced human engineers in space mission planning. AI completely, be careful about adverbs every time, completely replaced humans. They are helpful. Autonomous robots, which means independent robots, with AI can perform construction and repairs on planetary surfaces. AI perform construction. Wow. You are great, AI. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, actually, which strategy to use, it depends on the person. Which one works best for you, do it. It is good. We cannot say that, no, only follow this strategy. But which one works best for you, choose it and use it. You will feel comfortable with the option you are doing, always. Okay, now have a look at it. I will give you some more time. A little bit more time, actually. And to make it easier, I will put it after each paragraph. Yes, okay. And I will read it. If you have any questions, please ask. AI and the future of space colonization. As human ambitions turn towards space colonization, artificial intelligence is expected to play a foundational role in enabling life beyond Earth. The scale and complexity of establishing sustainable colonies on other planets require advanced technologies capable of solving problems humans alone cannot manage. AI stands at the forefront of this transformation, offering solutions in exploration, habitat management, logistics, and health, ultimately shaping the future of humanity as an interplanetary species. Yes, please. Answers. Actually, we should drag it and drop it. That's why I didn't write A, B, C, D. So you can just write the first word. I will understand. Let me make it A, B. Let's do like this, guys. Okay, C. It will be easier. C, D, B, and F, F, G, and H. Yes, please. Answers. We have different answers. So somebody said G. Let's start with this one because it was the first answer coming. AI has completely replaced human engineers in space mission planning. Where is it? Which sentence gives you this idea? AI completely replaced. AI is expected to play a foundational role, maybe? E. Let me read E as well. AI can optimize propulsion systems and manage supply chain for space mission. Can you see supply chain? ABC of exploration. Okay, let's keep it in mind. We will come back to here. Then continue with the other one. Okay. Second paragraph, paragraph B, let's say, one of the most impactful applications of AI is an autonomous spacecraft. In deep space, communication delays make it impossible for Earth-based teams to control missions in real time. AI allows spacecraft to operate independently, making critical decisions during flight. NASA's Mars rovers, such as Curiosity or Perseverance, already demonstrate this technology by navigating the Martian terrain and selecting research targets on their own. Future missions could rely on AI even more heavily to explore distant moons or exoplanets without constant human supervision. You have some time, look at it. Okay, exactly. I think it is easy. Yes, so we're going to cut it from here. Okay, and put next to this one because you have to drag the answer to there. Okay, give me a second, please. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's continue. Yes, C is the answer. And I take the remaining ones and go further. AI also improves mission planning and logistical coordination. Every space mission involves massive amounts of data and thousands of variables, from fuel management to supply allocation and equipment maintenance. AI can analyze these data streams to improve decision-making, reduce risk, and boost efficiency. In long-term missions, such as those to Mars, AI-powered predictive models could identify issues in advance and recommend adjustments to avoid delays or disasters, making them essential tools for both planning and ongoing support. You have some time, please. Say it is 3, it is 2. E. Most of you say E. AI can optimize propulsion systems, manage supply chain mission. Okay, I will put it here. And please don't forget this one. We will come back to it again. Of course, after writing, we should check everything one more time. Next paragraph, it should be 4. Yes. Maintaining human life in space requires constant monitoring of living conditions, and AI can manage these environmental systems far more efficiently than human operators alone. In space habitats, AI regulates life support systems by monitoring oxygen levels, temperature, humidity, and air pressure, taking corrective actions automatically if needed. It can also manage hydroponic systems used to grow food, adjusting light and nutrients to maximize yield. Such automation is key to developing self-sustaining colonies that don't rely entirely on Earth for supplies. You have some time for this one? Okay, so mainly the paragraph talked about two things. Yes. Until here, one topic, after it, hydroponic, etc. So it means that we have two answers here. And in the exam as well, you may have two answers sometimes for one paragraph. It doesn't mean exactly in part 5, maybe in part 4, in part 3 as well. You may have this kind of things. One paragraph, two answers. Because we talked about two things here. AI control environmental systems in space habitats such as oxygen, humidity. Exactly. It goes here. And because it says humidity, temperature, air pressure, blah, blah. Then also some of you said E. Where is E? E is here, propulsion and supply chain. Where is propulsion and supply chain? I cannot see. And didn't they talk about hydroponic systems? They did talk about growing food, not using earth supplies. Yes. So A is also the correct answer. Yes. How many people said A? Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's not, maybe it's exactly because they do talk about growing food using hydroponic systems. This one, and where was hydroponic? Yeah. It can also manage hydroponic systems used to grow food. The same thing. So F and A is related to this paragraph, and you will put them one under another next to this paragraph. Yes. Okay, let's move down. AI's role extends to astronaut health, an area of growing concern as missions become longer and more isolated. Wearable AI devices can continuously monitor an astronaut's vital signs, tracking signs of stress, fatigue, and disease. In the event of a medical emergency, AI diagnostic tools can assist with identifying conditions and guiding treatments, even performing remote-assisted procedures. This ensures astronauts can receive critical medical care even when traditional support is unavailable due to distance or delay. Yes, please, answers. Exactly. Yes, you will not put under the paragraph, you will put it next to, you will put the answers in the next box. They will give you box. Somebody asked the question about it. Yekta, you asked the question about it. Yes, you need to order them. I will show you in the exam paper when we finish it, okay? Of course, you don't put them under the paragraph. You put them next to the paragraph. Unfortunately, I'm not genius in computer, so I cannot do that kind of things. Okay. I will move it down a little bit to be comfortable. You're doing great, guys. Thank you. Okay, let's continue. AI is also crucial in the physical construction and maintenance tasks. On harsh planetary surfaces, AI-powered robots can assemble buildings, perform repairs, and carry out daily maintenance without putting human lives at risk. NASA's Robonaut, for instance, is designed to assist astronauts with complex manual tasks. In the future, these systems may use local resources to construct habitats through 3D printing or mining, enabling the creation of permanent colonies. Additionally, AI helps manage propulsion systems and supply chain, optimizing fuel usage, forecasting inventory needs, and scheduling deliveries, ensuring colonies are efficiently supported. However, ethical and safety concerns must be addressed as AI becomes more deeply embedded in mission-critical operations. Questions about decision-making, authority, transparency, and autonomy must be carefully considered. Ongoing collaboration between space agencies, engineers, and ethicists is essential to create guidelines that ensure AI operates safely, ethically, and under appropriate human oversight. Yes, please. Okay. Finished? Nobody else? Exactly. H. And one person said E and H. Hasan Dosh. Yes, I agree with you, Hasan Dosh. It is E and H. So E, we put it up. Let's move it from there. Yes, here on paragraph 3. So Y. Let's put it down below. So we didn't use B and G. 2 of them we will not use during the exam as well. So paragraph A, as you can see, has no option. There is no answer related to this. Paragraph 2 has C. Paragraph 3 doesn't have any answer. 4 has 2 answers. And it's extra here. So sorry, let me clean it. Yes, D1 and this one has 2 answers. Now, the question is, will it be the same during the exam? I have participated only in one exam, but I have seen 2 exam, like, let's say, papers, reading passages. They change it because this exam is not standard yet. They have been working on it they can change many things. One paragraph can only have one answer. One paragraph may have, it's not 100%. Why I put two answers, I wanted you to be ready. Do not just think that there is a rule, one paragraph will have one answer, and you will move on. Don't do it. Think about it. Does this paragraph only have one answer or two answers, but not three? Actually, it's not. It would be ridiculous. Yeah, maximum two, or maybe only one. So nobody knows. It depends on the examiners, what they did. This question type, somebody asked Mürsel, yes, you asked, is this sentence should be the last sentence? You mean they cut out the last part, the last sentence of each paragraph, and you have to put it back to make coherent text. Yes, we did this one, our last lesson. If you watch our last lesson, we did that kind of question. The last part of each paragraph is taken out, then you have to put it back to make meaningful, coherent means logical, meaningful text. But this question is not that one. This question is more like a detail. Did they talk about it in this paragraph or not? And two answers are extra. We call them distractors. Astronauts are trained to develop their own AI systems during missions. We didn't read anything about them developing their own AI systems, no. Who develops, we don't know. In the text, they don't talk about it. AI has completely replaced human engineers in space mission planning. We didn't read anything like this either. So, what we read, we put here. During the exam, you will have this one. So again, let's say that, let me try. Can I write on it? Yes, let's say that in this paragraph, they talk about this one. It is one, you will take it and put it here first. They will not write 1, 2, 3. That is the problem. Then let's say you read it. Paragraph 2 is this one. You will put it on it. This one is 3. It will come after it. So you should follow the paragraphs on the left-hand side, okay? And the extracts should come one after another. Okay, any questions related to this kind of? Yes. All the lessons are on our website, YouTube channel actually, Ankara Dil Akademisi. We have had, today including, we have had 4 lessons. Yes, actually, you know, I had a student who went and had lower mark score, and he got upset. I said, you got lower score because you don't know the structure. And our aim to do this webinar lessons, it is not to teach you deeply, because we cannot do it in, let's say, 10 hours. It's not possible. Our aim is to familiarize you with the question types and with the strategies, how to do, what to do, where to go, what am I going to see in the exam. And up to date, we have had reading, 5 texts. Actually, we read 5 texts. We have seen all the questions. Mostly you have multiple choice questions. Then after multiple choice questions, number 1, I will say, is matching information. If you know what is matching information question, you will be very successful here. Matching information question is, in which paragraph did they talk about vaccination programs can be made more successful through public and private concerns working together? In which paragraph do they talk about it? You will find it, and it is your answer. But for 5 texts, you have 60 minutes. Before it was 75. Now they decreased it to 60 minutes, which is a little bit challenging because you have 5 texts, 60 minutes. Altogether, you have 30 questions. It's not many. 30 is okay. So sometimes, let's say, what can be helpful in this kind of scanning method? You are scanning actually to find these answers. I read, but if you have shorter time, you need to scan. So when you scan, of course, you underline the keywords, but mostly go for the words that is easy to find. NASA or wearable AI. Okay, hydroponic. So I use one method and I recommend everybody to use it because it's really helpful. For example, but I don't know if you have the screen, you can do it or not. You can at least do with your eyes, right? So if I want to scan the text for one word, I have really short time and I will just put a line which goes diagonally on the text. I couldn't do it better. And this will help you focus on the word. For example, I need to find NASA because in the question I had NASA here. NASA is easy. Of course, you will say NASA is easy to find. But let's say hydroponic. Okay, so I will go from the first tag, from the first paragraph. I will look for this word. Again, I will do this. It a little bit, diffuses your focus. You have to look at only the words that are alongside the line. I cannot see. Second one, I cannot see. And the third one. Variable equipment, recommend. No, I cannot see. Okay. Oh, I can see. Yeah, I didn't read the whole text. I only looked for one word. Now, when I find, again, I don't match it. I will read it carefully, this sentence, and see, is it my answer or not? Also, this is one version to use. And the last version is in which each paragraph has its own topic. So what is the topic of this paragraph? AI's role extends to astronauts' health, growing concern, mission. If I have something related to health problem, their psychological problem, because isolation I can see here. So again, concern, it means that if there are some problems, etc., I will come to this paragraph. It's also helpful. First sentences always are clue for us because the whole paragraph will talk about this one. They will not add anything new. One paragraph, one topic. Yes, these are the strategies that we use throughout all our readings. In a shorter way, I tried to explain you. I think you have a highlighter, but I don't think you can, draw a line. But highlighter, I remember, I think you have. In IELTS, we have, I know it 100%, but this one I forgot. Maybe somebody knows, please. Maybe you have taken trial exams before. Can you help us? Do you have highlighter during the exam on the screen? There must be, I think. First paragraph doesn't have any question here. Sometimes it happens. Some paragraphs don't have answer. Questions are not based on that paragraph. And topic of the first paragraph is what? Let's see. Yes, as human ambitions turn towards space colonization, artificial intelligence is expected to play a foundational role in enabling life beyond Earth. This is really a general sentence, and it happens I can say most of the time, maybe. The first paragraph is a summary of a text. Some publications, I think, there must be some publications. Yeah, Science Daily website, for example, or Psychologist website. They share academic texts, and always they give the summary first, as far as I remember now. But the Science Daily 100% give the summary first, then they give the text. So this looks like that one. The first one is a general paragraph about the whole text. It gives you more information. That's why they don't have question here. Mostly they do it in exams. Yes, 2 trials. And what was your score? Was it good? Yekta said he has 2 exams. Yes. About vocabulary used in the texts. You can see really high level vocabulary, maybe 5%, maybe. So it means that most of the students know Word Up. Word Up is a great book to cover all the academic stuff, academic texts. So if you learned them, and some students have really did hard job and learned them, bravo. It's a great thing to do, actually. So if you have learned them and repeated 1 or 2 times, it means that you have enough vocabulary for this type of exam. Words are not difficult generally. What is difficult is getting the summary of the text, understanding the whole text, and understanding the meaning. Because sometimes sentences are too long because they are academic texts. So it makes us tired, actually, during the exam. And imagine you have, B2. Yeah, bravo, B2. Yeah, most of organizations in Turkey want B2, I think, as far as I know, again. Yeah, okay. And that's all about reading. My recommendation to you about speaking, most of the students have difficulty in speaking. Why? Because you feel nervous. You have this idea that I'm not doing good, I'm not doing well at speaking. And this exam situation forces you to feel nervous. The second factor is this one. But I recommend everybody, not only you, everybody, when you speak, think that you are talking to your best friend. This friend understands you very well. This is the first point. You will feel relaxed, comfortable, and you will be able to explain your thoughts better. Second one is think that the person in front of you, actually it's computer, but imagine this is a person, doesn't have enough knowledge of life. What does it mean? You say that, for example, which one do you prefer? Electric car or traditional gasoline? Which one do you prefer? I prefer electric one. This is a bad answer because, first of all, you repeated the question, the word from the question, change it into another word. Prefer can be what? Any ideas? In speaking, what can we say instead of prefer? Guys, can you help me in the Q&A box? Opt for. Opt for is C1 level word. Good. Rather. After rather, be careful to use bare infinitive. I'd rather go. I'd rather buy. I'd rather eat. Choose. Yes. Tend to. Tend to the at the end. And maybe you have typo. I would much rather buy. Yes, very good. Yeah, good options. I would choose electric one. Even I don't repeat the word car. I would choose electric one, or I opt for electric one. I opt for is a little bit higher level vocabulary, and it is phrasal verb. You can use it in speaking. I'd rather use electric one. Okay, then students stop here. Don't do it. Explain why. Firstly, you're going to give some reasons, at least 2 reasons, to speak for 60 seconds. You have 60 seconds to talk. First of all, it's environmentally friendly. I didn't understand. Why did you say it? So explain more. As an environmentalist, I do care about our planet with so much problems, including global warming, ice melting, and so on. I think all we should take these things into consideration when we use something. So this is your first reason. Secondly, it is fashionable, and as a modern person, I want to keep up with the latest trends. That's all. So give 2 reasons and explain it deeply, why you do it. I am hungry. Why? I haven't had anything today. Why? Because my mom didn't cook, unfortunately. Why? Because she was so busy and we had to stay hungry. So till the end, you have to explain everything. Yes. Any questions, guys, about any part of the test? Reading, writing, listening, speaking. I would be happy to, I go for electric ones. Yes, good. Yeah. And if you can, of course, it's not possible to do it in a shorter time. Most students use higher level vocabulary, like let's say, mitigate, obliviate, I don't know, gregarious. Yeah, of course, these are high level vocabulary, tantalizing, I don't know, perseverance. Yeah, okay, you're very welcome to use them, but they are academic words. They are not speaking words. That is the problem. You can say, okay, how can we learn daily language? Watching television, TV programs. Mostly documentaries are good, but documentaries about life things, not, let's say, how to mend a car, repair a car. Not about, even that one will helpful actually. Okay, any questions about reading, listening, speaking, and writing? Nobody has any questions? Oh, great. Okay. Okay, we will do one more text after break time, and then you are free to go. Okay, one more text. 10 minutes, please. Okay, let's continue the last reading. While last reading, I don't want to keep you for a long time. Tomorrow is your exam, so that's why. And actually, we have done it before. Just I want to give you one more like practice test. Yes, the first reading is this one, at least was this one. Something like this. You have paragraphs on the left-hand side and you have one table kind of question on the right-hand side, and it is which paragraph contains the following information. This question again is matching information. It means that you are going to match this sentence to one of the paragraphs. Actually, when I say match, it means that in this paragraph, they did talk about this event that changed a country's energy preference. Of course, they're going to use a lot of paraphrases, synonyms, not exactly the same word. This is the first three questions, and you have to click on the choice A, B, C, D, which paragraph A, B, C, D, E. You have 5 paragraphs here. Which paragraph you think they mentioned about this item. And after it, from the same paragraph, you have 3 more, I think, yeah, 3. 3 more multiple choice questions. What about multiple choice questions? Actually, you know that multiple choice questions can be of 2 types. Actually, 3. The first one is detailed matching information. Generally, the wording is according to. If you have according to, it means that you have detailed question according to the text, blah, blah. But item 3 is paragraph C is mainly about. It means that it is main idea question. And the item 4 is which of the following, just a second, which of the following about Iceland is correct according to paragraph. Again, detailed question, according to. Okay, now I have prepared almost the same type of questions. Structure is the same. And let's do this one. If you look at it, yeah, the same. 3 questions here, 3 questions here. Altogether, you have 6 questions in one part. Now, let me answer to some of your questions, then I will continue. And for example, if let's say that during the exam you have problem, of course, God forbid, but let's say that it happens during some section. What do? We had a trial exam and you don't get any certificate, let's say, or document about it. It's okay. But this time the exam is real exam and you are going to get certificate. And if you have any technical problems, it will, be on your certificate. That's why you must have a chance of retaking it, actually. For example, in IELTS, it's like this. If you have any problem, first of all, you can inform the invigilator in the classroom who observes the exam. But if you cannot do it, if they couldn't solve your problem, at least they give you a chance of taking it without paying. About technical problems, yeah, if you have, you should inform them, but I don't think you will have, because I think it will work. I hope. Okay. Does each reading section contain 5 questions and 6 sections in total, right? Reading has 5 texts from starting shorter, going to longer. As you progress, texts get bigger and bigger and from easy to difficult. A number of questions, altogether you have 30 questions. So it means that if you have 5, it is 6 questions for each text. You have 6 questions for each. Okay, now let's have a look at the text. And we can use again the strategies that we used before. Read the question. Of course, first read the title. Every time, read the title. The invention and evolution of basketball. So you understood that this is going to be about basketball, how it developed, how it was created. It is like skimming the text. You can still, if you have time, read the first sentences of some paragraphs, but actually it's not going to help you 100%. That's why I skip this step each time, and I directly go to the question. So I read the questions, 3 of them, underline keywords, and come and find it in the text. An early public event that introduced basketball to spectators. An early public event. So this part is important. Introduced basketball. I'm not going to underline basketball because I know that this text is all about basketball. So early public event introduced. A rule that penalized a team after several repeated fouls. Rule is important. Penalized several repeated fouls. And the last one, the integration of African American players into professional basketball. First of all, professional basketball, because it can be amateur, it can be professional, so I need to know it. Integration of African Americans. So I don't look at multiple choice question because it says B. As well, C, paragraph B, paragraph C. I'm taking my note in any case, and A. I can do 2 questions together actually, because I have A as well. Okay, if I have A here, it means that as I am looking for answer to these questions, I can do it as well. So I will start with 6. It doesn't mean that you have to go in the same order. Which of the following is correct according to paragraph A? So it means that we need to read paragraph A. We don't read the answers in multiple choice question. Why? Because it will distract you to find the correct answer. And we go to basketball was invented in 1891 by James Naismith, a 31-year-old Canadian physical education instructor at the International YMCA Training School in Springfield, Massachusetts. During a severe New England winter, students were forced indoors for days, and Naismith was tasked with inventing a game that would keep them active without the risk of injury associated with contact sports like football. He sought a simple game with complex strategy suitable for indoors and able to involve many players. With help from a janitor, he mounted 2 pitch baskets on opposite sides of the gym at a height of 10 feet, unknowingly setting a standard that remains today. Yes, okay. So now I have enough information about it. I will go to 6 and read the answers. Basketball was invented in 1901 to replace football. I didn't read it. James Naismith created basketball as a contact sport. Is it a contact sport? I didn't read anything like contacting something or contact sport. I didn't read anything like that. Pitch baskets were originally used as goals in basketball. I think I read it. I will mark it. And I will go back and check the second time. Pitch baskets were originally used as goals in basketball. I remember reading it, but I should be 100% sure. Yes, and here it is. He mounted two peach baskets on opposite side of the gym, blah, blah. And they started playing it. So this is the first one. And this question type is, I said, detailed question. In detailed question, of course, you can read the whole paragraph, mainly for multiple choice questions. Always it becomes like mandatory to read the whole paragraph. And what about second? I said multiple choice questions can be in different types. First one is detail, according to mainly. The second type is main focus. Main focus means that main idea of paragraph C. Now, I will read it and I will ask you for the answer. Please be active. I'm waiting for your answers. Okay, B paragraph. The game was an immediate hit, though not without its chaos. During the first match, students began tackling, punching, and injuring one another, prompting Naismith to quickly establish a list of rules. He eventually created 13 original rules, including no running with the ball, no pushing or striking opponents, and the structure for fouls and disqualifications. A unique rule awarded a free goal to a team if its opponent committed 3 consecutive fouls. Games lasted 2 15-minute halves with a 5-minute break. Now, please, and the answers. Okay. Yes, this is the see, of course. Yes, of course. See, very good. Now, please, see, just a second. I didn't read it. Let me read. Sorry. How basketball spread to other countries through magazines, the early spread and public acceptance of basketball. We're talking about 5, guys. We didn't go in the same order. Are you talking about 5? This one. Five. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Paragraph B. We were reading paragraph B. According to paragraph B, what was one reason James Naismith created rules after the basketball game? And the game was too boring without structure. We didn't read it. The baskets were difficult to reach. Nothing about it. The students became violent during gameplay. Exactly. C is the correct answer. Yes. Yes. Okay. B. And if I am not mistaken, we read something about rules, right? And there was a question about rule. Yes, I read B. I'm so sorry. I can also make mistakes. I'm a human being. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Okay. Can we find any answer from here? 1 to 3? Because we read something about rule. Okay. a rule that penalized the team after several repeated fouls. Can we say it is in B paragraph or not? Yes, exactly. Very good, because it says that students began becoming violent, and he eventually created rules. Yes, after they created this violence, he created rules. Exactly. So 2 is B as well. What do? We answer to 2 questions at the same time in order to economy our time, to save our time. Then, again, we don't focus on the text. Text is big. We don't need to read everything. And here we have C, paragraph C, and it says main focus of C. If you read the first and last sentence, you will get the main point of it. But I will read everything because we have only one extra sentence here, 1 or 2. Paragraph C. Basketball's first public game occurred on March 12, 1892. At a YMCA gym where 200 spectators watched teachers play against students. The sport quickly gained traction, spreading through YMCA networks and college campuses thanks to published rules and international students. It was adopted in high schools and officially became a winter sport by 1905. Sandra Branson introduced it to women at Smith College in 1892, and the first women's inter-college game occurred in 1896 between Stanford and U.S. Berkeley. So, now the main idea first, please. Okay, 5. Yeah, most of you wrote B. Yes, very good. The early spread and public acceptance of basketball. And at the same time, to be sure, it is easy text, but to be sure, you must check others as well. How basketball spread to other countries through magazines. We didn't read anything about it. The introduction of basketball into Olympic sports, again, nothing. So we are eliminating those answers as well. At the same time, can we find these 2 questions? Did we have any answer to these ones? Yes, let me see what you have written. Exactly, most of you said, all of you, I would say, an early public event that introduced basketball to spectators is paragraph C. And we, oops, let me use my pencil. And it is paragraph C. Yes, and it was B. Now, we did most of them. Now we have one question. Integration of African-American players to professional basketball. Here, the most helpful word is African-American players. And I have 2 more paragraphs. Do I need to read them? Of course not. So, scan for the word African American basketball players. Where do you have them? Okay, so here we have a great big word, this one, which may help us. Black, maybe related, and I need to read it, black fives. We need to be sure. Yeah, we can find it, but we need to be sure. Basketball, like much of the United States, was segregated until segregate is departed until 19, so blacks played separately. Discrimination, let's say. Until 1950, when Chuck Cooper became the first black player drafted into the NBA. Before integration, all black teams, known as the Black Fives, played across American cities. Today, college basketball is a massive institution with over 1,000 teams participating across divisions. The annual NCAA March Madness tournament includes 68 teams, culminating in the Final Four and the national championship. The game has come a long way from its peach basket origins, now a multi-billion-dollar global sport. Yeah, who can say it would? Who could say it would be so successful? Yes, exactly. But do we have any word related to? Can you say the same word, African American? No, but we know that black teams, black fives, black players, so it's African American. That's why exactly the answer is what? The answer is E. But I'm still a little bit careful person, so I will have a look at D as well. I know that my answer is correct, but I need to be sure. So in order not to lose time, I will only look at the first sentence. As popularity grew, basketball appeared as a demonstration sport in 1904 Olympics and became a medal event in 1936. So this paragraph will talk about Olympics. But here, which word helps me to find the answer is segregation. As soon as I see segregation, it means that there is discrimination and blah, blah. So I need to continue with this paragraph. Yes, that's all about reading 1. Reading 2 is similar to this one. Again, you have 3 matching information questions and 3 multiple choice questions. Then you have somebody asked about it. They take the last part of the paragraph and you have to put it back to make coherent text. If you have taken YDS exam, it is like insert sentence question. It looks like it. You have to catch the meaning of the paragraph to insert it. It will be meaningful. They have to talk about the last sentence in that paragraph. There must be some clue. Why? Because the last sentence of each paragraph is the wrap up of main idea. First sentence, every time, first sentence is going to be your topic sentence, which means this one is topic sentence, which means main idea of the paragraph. And the last one is wrap up of that main idea. It's also main idea. So that's why this should be related to the topic sentence of your paragraph. That kind of question you have. And the last one, drag and drop, which means you have to put in the same order as the text, the ideas as the text. So that's all about, black player, bravo. That's all about reading as well. Any questions about whole e-TEP exam? Anybody? In listening, it's not possible. But in reading, somebody asked, can we go back and forward among reading and listening section? In reading, yes, you can. And in listening, no. because they arrange it. The listening audios will come the same for everybody. So that's why you cannot do anything there. But you can go back in reading. Be careful, don't skip any questions as well. Yes, good luck to everybody, of course. Don't worry again. Don't be nervous. First of all, it is really important not to be nervous. If you are not nervous, exams really are not difficult. Just, be relaxed. Okay. Very welcome. Happy to help. If you don't have any other questions, see you tomorrow. Some of you, if you are in Ankara, maybe we can see you. I will be in the exam as well. With Ümit Hoca, by the way. Okay, very welcome. Yeah, with God's grace, of course. Okay, see you next time, I will say, maybe. Bye. I wish you the best of the luck, okay?